Now, despite the fact that they're going home as a team, I'll tell you what, I would think scouts were left with a pretty favorable impression with the one guy they came here to see.
There were lots of people discussing in and around this tournament what the draft eligible would be like. Like, how do they play the mark against older kids in a big game setting? And he acquitted himself really well. There's
so
zero chance that the scouts of various teams that are going to draft around his area aren't interested in him. He had a good tournament.
Yeah, no, it certainly saw his stock go up big time. Let's take a quick break here on the show. More with Ray Ferraro. As we bring Ray Ferraro back into the show, how are you, sir?
All good.
Awesome.
All good.
We've talked so much about kind of the draft rankings. What do you make of the kids so far here in this tournament?
Well, it's an interesting time for a kid going into his draft that he now knows is just a month or so away. I think he's played well enough that his draft stock's probably climbed a little bit. It puts himself into the position to be a higher selection in the draft. I would say upper end of the first round is where I think I can picture him.
Yeah, no, I certainly like the way he's played. A couple of other players we've been keeping close tabs on. All right, Razor, channel your inner bird dog here. What'd you think of the kid as a performance at the Memorial Cup?
Liked it a lot. Really bullish on the way that he played. For a young player, he took a leadership role. He was playing important minutes through this tournament, and pretty interesting to see how much they leaned on him. For me, this is a kid I would take high in the draft.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one, and the performance certainly backed that up. Thanks for this.
Yep.
So from what I'm hearing coming out of the Combine this past weekend, the Los Angeles Kings were said to have a very good conversation with the youngster. Now, where does that look like? How does that all evolve in Hollywood and the kid? I mean, is there a fit there? I don't mind it. We'll see how it all plays out because there's a lot of moving parts between now and draft day. But the Kings said to be very high on the youngster here from what I'm hearing. Okay, still to come here on the show, joined by one of the top draft analysts. From what I heard over the weekend at the Combine, the kid had a very lengthy interview with the New York Rangers. And think about what the Rangers have done with the youth movement over the last couple of years. Very intriguing scenario for them with the Rangers suddenly into the mix. And could you imagine him in a blue shirt? Original six team. That's not a bad fit right there, in my opinion. A couple of other scenarios that are kind of playing out in some of the... As we inch closer and closer to the big draft day, and I'll tell you what, we look at some of the draft rankings and some of the scouts that I've talked to, I think we're all kind of on the same page. We've got this kid ranked pretty high, and he has put himself in a position to be a very high selection in that first round when we get to draft day. Keep an eye on him, mark my words, anybody who passes on him may be regretting this one in a big, big way 5-10 years down the road. All right, time for a quick break. We'll get more reaction on this next. Continuing our conversation with Ray Ferraro here on the show, and man, that's got to be a nice moment for the kid getting drafted and hearing his name called.
It's better than that, James. It's the realization, really, of a lifelong dream. I mean, since he's a little kid, he's been dreaming about getting drafted into the NHL.
Now, the understanding that we've got is that the kid was supposed to be heading down to the rink sometime today to kind of check out the new surroundings. This has got to be like the first day of school, Razor.
Guaranteed he would have gone early to go and take a look at the locker room. You walk in there for the first time, you can't believe your lifelong dreams are about to happen.
And when you're looking around, I'm assuming, is he thinking the nameplate might be up there?
Oh, you're hoping, but, he's going to learn that those trainers don't miss very often. The jersey's ready. Your name has never looked so good as when it's on top of your stall. But what I remember, James, is the excitement, the nervousness, how scared you were. And then you're like, I'm in an NHL room. I can't believe this. It is the very best of feelings that you can have till you step on the ice the first time.
nice opportunity for management and their prized possession, the new shiny draft pick, to kind of have a chance to sit down and get an understanding of where each other kind of sits, what their respective expectations are. You know, I know a lot of fans are wondering, can he make that jump now? Can he make that jump and be an impact player in the National Hockey League? I think management took him for a reason. There might be that opportunity. I think he's going to get that shot. He's going to get every opportunity to try to make the team this coming year. It's ultimately on the player to ultimately deliver on that, right? So we'll wait and see how things play out. But it certainly sounds like both sides feel very good about this fit based on everything that I've been told. All right, time for a quick break. We're coming back with much more on the other side. So there you have it, a top 10 selection, and certainly a lot of hugs from mom and dad and the family, and with it comes the expectations now too, right? Once this honeymoon period kind of settles down, he's going to go to camp, and he's going to be a marked man. The expectations are high. I think there's going to be a hope amongst the fan base that is looking for that sort of something to get excited about. There's going to be an expectation for him to try to crack this run. Well, he's signed, sealed, and delivered. Yes, the entry-level contract, better known technically as the ELC. Yeah, you know me, is signed up, and now it's time to find out if he can live up to the hype. I think fans would love to see him make that jump to the opening night roster. Management would love to see it, and I know the kid has every intention of trying to crack it too. All right, enjoy it. The honeymoon's almost over because it's time to shine, and we'll find out in camp. All right, still to come here on the show, our conversation.